Hi Cancer, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your May 2024 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as well as over in front of us, the Celtic crossbred as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom and oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off our own those astrology decks we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright. We have 5 and 5th house energy for you guys is Scorpio, and at the time of recording this, we haven't officially had that full moon in Scorpio just yet. But as we get into May, you might still be feeling the residual effects of that. And in general, 5th house points to romance, creativity, and children. Alright, we have Taurus, and of course, as we move through the first few weeks of May, we're going to be in Taurus season, and there's plenty of energy there. We're going to have Venus in Taurus for the first few weeks of May. Mercury's going to get there around the middle of the month. Of course, the sun will be there. There'll be a new moon there. So plenty of energy going on in Taurus for sure. Also, we have Jupiter, Uranus there. So lots of energy going on in Taurus. And for you guys, that's your 11th house of groups, hopes and wishes, and friendships. All right, and we have Pluto. So Pluto is actually in Aquarius, which is your 8th house of death, rebirth, intimacy. And when we do have that full moon in Scorpio that I mentioned, it's actually going to be making a square aspect with Pluto. So that could be bringing that energy out a little bit more as well. All right, so we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the 4 of Cups. And challenging that, we have the Tower. So I can see this playing out a couple of different ways for you. For some of you, this could just be saying that you might have recently lost something, right? So whether it be a connection, maybe for some of you even a job or something along those lines. And now you're feeling like the new offers at play and the new things in your environment just aren't really to your liking. So there could be some level of disappointment there. But for others of you, it could just be saying that, you know, if you're really dragging your feet around making a decision with multiple options, this could just be saying that some of those options might be taken away from you this month anyway, to where there's not going to be as much choice. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 5 of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here, which we also saw come out in your dice. And like I mentioned with this, it could just be saying that, you know, maybe you've already gone through some kind of a loss and now there's some disappointment around it. So yeah, maybe this was something that you put a lot of time, effort, and energy into. So now that it's out of the picture, you know, there could be a level of disappointment there as you realize that maybe there was more value to it than you initially thought. All right. In the past position, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So this is Capricorn energy here. So yeah, you might have been in an environment in the past where there was an energy of collaboration, right? Where you felt like you had some support. People around you were helping to build toward a common goal. So that might have been where you were feeling comfortable and fulfilled in that situation. All right, in the present position, we have the 8 of Pentacles. So this is Virgo energy here. And yeah, it could just be saying that maybe for whatever reason you're meant to be on more of a solo journey at this time, right? So it looks like it's one of those things where maybe you feel like you're having to dust off some skills that maybe you haven't used in a while, for example. So like I said, maybe if you changed jobs recently, for example, so maybe you were in a more of a team environment, and now in your new position, it might be more of a solo thing. And I feel like this is saying that you probably already had the skill set, but now it's just a matter of getting reacquainted to being in that mode. All right, in the near future position, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here. And to me, this is at least an indicator that for the majority of you, you won't be necessarily on that solo journey for too long. So for some of you, it just might be more of a reset thing, you know, where it wasn't necessarily meant to be a long-term journey for you to be operating in more of a solo energy, but just more of a reset that needed to take place to restore balance around the situation. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have Temperance. So yeah, so for example, maybe if this was something where financially it might have been a good situation for you, but maybe emotionally you weren't feeling fulfilled. Maybe now that's saying that the reason for this reset was to help you find a mixture of the two, right? Because if we look at the artwork here, we see one foot in the water, which will represent the emotional connection, and then one foot is also on earth, which will represent the more grounded, practical, day to day type things being taken care of. So that could be what this is pointing to. It could just be saying that maybe you were removed from a situation where deep down, most likely, you weren't necessarily fully fulfilled with it anyway. And then it could put you on more of a path where you do have more of a balance, where it's like, okay, yes, my practical needs are being met, and I also feel more of an emotional connection to the situation. All right, in the environment position, we have judgment. So, yeah, to me, this says that you could actually just be reconnected to something from your past. So, like I said, maybe a skill set that you might have had in years past, but you just hadn't been using. Maybe you're being reconnected to that, right? And it might have been one of those things where you might have thought that wouldn't be possible, which is possibly what led you down the path you were on at one point. But now, for whatever reason, it seems like that energy is coming back into play. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, of course, this looks to me, like I said, where it looks like you were hoping for something to come along that would be more emotionally fulfilling. And like I said, it looks like you will be getting there, but it just might be a much bumpier ride than you were hoping for, right? Given that we do see the Tower card coming up in the challenge position. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Hangman. So yeah, to me, this says you'll probably have a little bit of time to reflect on what took place and figure out what it was meant to all teach you, right? This, for me, is typically a Pisces energy, and we are going to have a lot of energy start to move into your 12th house as we get toward the end of May, and that is your Gemini energy is your 12th house, so as that energy moves in there, you might just be feeling a little bit more of this introspective type of mood, looking back on the situations from the past that took place, because like I said, it looks like it's going to move somewhat quickly for some of you. So on the one hand, I feel like if you look back at it in hindsight, it's something that was probably coming for a long time. It might have just built up to a certain point, but then the actual change itself and then moving you into the next thing seems to be what moves rather quickly. All right, from your four agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word. And it says let go of self judgment and blame. Okay, it says being impeccable, you take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself for anything. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? Because like I said, maybe for some of you, it could be more of a tower moment where there was something that you were meant to take action on, but you didn't, and then it ends up being removed in a more abrupt manner. But again, it could just be saying that, okay, yeah, you can look back on that in hindsight with a harsh, judgmental attitude towards yourself, but at the same time, looks like it was meant to happen anyway, right? And then as you focus more on moving forward, you'll find that overall it ends up benefiting you in the long run anyway. And for a lot of you, this seems like it's more of a career related thing, and then that would make sense as far as we've had so much energy in Aries, which is your 10th house of career and social status. I mean, we have Mercury retrograde still going on there at the time recording this. Obviously, there was an eclipse there, so lots of energy going there that could have shaken things up for you for sure. And like I said, it looks like that Scorpio full moon might also play a factor. All right. From the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have TikTok. There's the artwork, and the number is 30. So let's see what this has to say. All right. Essential meanings says timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. The Oracle's message. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if this isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order, were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. So yeah, that last sentence definitely resonates with what we were saying there, because like I said, it looks like this tower moment might come by and Obviously, that's an abrupt energy, but it looks like things will start to progress pretty quickly from there. All right, the relationship message says love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well. Again, like I said, this seemed to play out as more of a financially related thing, but we did mention at least that possibility that maybe there was some kind of a connection romantically, for example, that maybe you just didn't necessarily see the value in the moment, right? But then it could just be bringing a better situation along anyway. All right, the prosperity message says your prosperity is co created by your endeavors as they occur in human made time and the eternal efforts of your most important manifestation partner, Spirit, in a divine, measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay positive and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. So yeah, like I said, it definitely seems like there's a bit of an erupt energy with that tower card, but it seems like things will actually end up shifting in a positive manner a little bit quicker than you would expect from that point. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.